Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
We begin with breaking news. We now know the name of the man found dead in the Red River. Authorities say the victim is 63-year-old Terry Melting of Fargo. He had been previously reported as missing. The Sheriff's Department went to the Red River by 60th Avenue and 7th Street Southwest around 3 p.m. on Friday, October 30th. Melting's body was taken to the Ramsey County Medical Examiner's office for an autopsy. No foul play is suspected and no other information is available at this time. Well, new for you at noon. One man is behind bars after smashing into a car outside a Fargo apartment building. Officials say it happened around 6 a.m. on Sunday at 2836 41st Street South. One of the people involved in the crash says the suspect was driving a gold Ford and crashed into their red sedan. Police say 24-year-old Mailin Hadley of Fargo was arrested for DUI. Now, if you are out getting your balloting, you notice the weather is not as cool as we thought. The sky cam is actually quite beautiful. But what should we expect this afternoon? Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Well, we're warming up nicely here today to numbers that we did predict back into the 50s already at the lunch hour here for a lot of places. You can see we're looking at blue skies as we're looking toward downtown Fargo. So we have conditions out there that are really quite nice here in the valley to start off the day today. And we'll continue to enjoy some pleasant temperatures here as we continue on into the afternoon. So again, we are looking at some good weather here. Here's a look at our temperatures. We are into the 40s and 50s, 48 degrees in Fergus Falls. Fargo's at 54. We're looking at 57 right now in Grand Forks and 53 in Devil's Lake. And checking out your radar and satellite map, it's quiet. It's clear. We're looking good across the valley. And your afternoon planner seeing more temperatures into the 40s and 50s. So beautiful way to start the week. It's a great week this week, including day today, to get working on that fall yard work. Today, tomorrow, and into Wednesday, we're expecting no rain, light winds, ground dry. Some of those leaves that piled up might be a little wet. Great to do some raking and maybe a great week to do Christmas decorating as well before it freezes up. I'll have details in that forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.
I can't believe we're already trying to celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving hasn't came yet, but that's okay, Lisa. We'll go ahead and we'll get that started. Thanks again. Well, Minnesota corrections officials say an inmate at the Stillwater prison has died after testing positive for COVID-19. The 61-year-old man who died yesterday morning is the third COVID-related death of an inmate in Minnesota state correctional facilities. So far, more than 750 of the nearly 1,300 inmates at Stillwater have tested positive. Prison officials are investigating the design and infrastructure of the Stillwater facility to see if that's a factor in the rapid spread of COVID. Well, a Tennessee couple is now in jail in North Dakota after leading police on a high-speed chase through 2 counties yesterday afternoon. It started near Washburn in McLean County when a deputy stopped for the driver for speeding. The deputy discovered the driver was unwanted on several warrants in North Dakota and Georgia, and when he approached the car, the driver took off. The pursuit topped out at speeds of 120 miles per hour. It finally ended nearly 30 miles later near Ballwind when spike strips slowed the car down and the driver stopped. 35-year-old Matthew Singleton was arrested for reckless driving, reckless endangerment, driving under suspension, and DUI. His wife, Brittany, is being held on drug charges. The North Dakota Highway Patrol monitored the chase from the air. One person is dead following a single car crash near Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Sergeant Jesse Grabel with the Minnesota State Patrol says the crash happened Monday morning on Highway 34 east of Detroit Lakes, close to height of Land Lake. Authorities say only one person was in the vehicle. No other information is available at this time. With COVID cases steadily rising in the metro, Fargo Public Schools is taking another 2 weeks to weigh their options on when to bring students back into the classrooms full time. Now this morning, FPS COVID-19 Task Force voted to keep high school students in the hybrid model until the end of the semester. That's January 19th, 2021. Now FPS elementary students will stay in their current 4-day in-person model, and a draft FPS middle school students would be phased back into the classroom, with 6th graders coming back full-time on November 30th, 7th graders on December 14th, and 8th graders on January 19th, 2021. The next task force meeting is November 16th at 6:30 a.m. More European countries are opting for a total lockdown to stop the spread of the coronavirus. The UK has become the latest, as we also learned that another member of the royal family had the virus. CBS's Ian Lee reports from London.
It's a simple message. You close us, you pay us. Thousands of protesters filled the streets of Rome over the weekend after Italy issued a 6 p.m. curfew on businesses. Workers demanded the government step in financially to support them. In Spain, funeral workers went on strike, calling for more staff and resources as COVID deaths continue to rise. Frustration is spreading across Europe.
It's absolute madness. They say it's to save lives, but a Great Depression will kill more people than what this virus ever will.
England is the latest country to announce a lockdown, its second since March. Back then, London was a ghost town. Restaurants, pubs, gyms, theaters, all non-essential businesses closed. There are nearly 5 times more daily COVID cases here in the UK than during the peak of the pandemic earlier this year. The Prime Minister hopes another shutdown will get the virus under control by December.
Christmas is going to be different this year, perhaps very different, but it's my sincere hope and belief that by taking tough action now, we can allow families across the country to be together.
That includes the royal family, which has been isolated but not immune. Prince Charles caught the virus in March, and we're now learning his son, Prince William, also tested positive around the same time. The royals reportedly kept it a secret so the nation wouldn't worry. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
France, Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands are also enforcing new restrictions on social gatherings as infections surge and intensive care units fill up. If you still want to vote early for the election this week, fewer options are now available for you. There are some approaching deadlines you need to know about. Mail-in votes for North Dakota must be postmarked by today to count in the election. The returned absentee ballots should be in the secure box by 5 p.m. today. If you're dropping it off last minute, take it into the post office and ask them to hand mark it. This ensures the vote is postmarked the same day. Now, Minnesota's deadline to receive absentee ballots is 8 p.m. on Election Day. Drop the ballot off yourself no later than 3 p.m. on Election Day to the election office that sent the ballot. You cannot drop off the ballots at your polling place on Election Day, but you can still vote in person on Election Day. Well, coming up at noon, we take a look at why researchers are saying seniors may be at a higher risk of getting the flu. And mainly sunny temperatures this week. Weather up next to plan your day.